Mike Wolf, the star of American Pickers, has shocked the nation with his unexpected arrest. Images of him being handcuffed and led away spread across the country, leaving many people confused and searching for answers. At first, it was believed that his arrest was linked to a dispute over antiques or perhaps a business conflict with the History Channel. But as the details started to unfold, the truth behind the arrest turned out to be even darker and more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. The shocking turn of events began when it was revealed that Mike Wolf was connected to the death of his former co-host, Frank Fritz. Initially, Fritz's death was thought to be from natural causes, possibly linked to a stroke he had suffered earlier. But new investigations revealed something much more sinister. Fritz's death was actually a murder, not an accident. Medical reports showed that Fritz had a dangerously high level of drugs in his system, suggesting he had been deliberately overdosed. This led prosecutors to file murder charges against Mike Wolf, accusing him of intentionally drugging Fritz, someone he had worked closely with for years. Some speculated that the death could have been linked to jealousy and greed, with Wolf wanting to take full control of their successful show. Others, however, believed the tension between Wolf and Fritz might have been fabricated for dramatic effect on the show. But as the investigation continued, the truth became much darker. Wolf's arrest came after a crew member took him to Fritz's house following the latter's death. The police launched an investigation and uncovered crucial evidence, including Wolf's fingerprints on a pill bottle and suspicious text messages he had sent to Fritz. Surveillance footage showed Wolf's car at Fritz's house just hours before emergency services were called. Wolf had made the 911 call, claiming he had gone to check on Fritz and found him unresponsive. However, the autopsy showed that Fritz's drug levels were much higher than normal, suggesting foul play. The investigation took an even more disturbing turn when it was discovered that instead of mourning his friend's death, Wolf quickly moved to take control of Fritz's assets. Within 2 days, Wolf was contacting Fritz's lawyer to discuss acquiring rights to Fritz's name and likeness, and he made moves to access Fritz's valuable antiques. Wolf's behavior raised suspicion among the crew, who noted that he seemed unusually focused on business rather than grieving. When investigators searched Wolf's home, they found a safe containing unlabeled pill bottles, which were similar to those found in Fritz's system. Even more shocking was a journal that Wolf kept, in which he expressed growing resentment and hatred toward Fritz. Some of the entries revealed that Wolf had been frustrated with Fritz's return to the show, writing things like, "He thinks he can come back and steal half the spotlight again." It was clear that Wolf felt threatened by Fritz's presence on the show. During the trial, Wolf remained calm as the prosecution presented evidence showing that he had planned Fritz's murder. Investigators found that Wolf had researched poisons and methods to make Fritz's death look like a natural stroke-related complication. The prosecution argued that Wolf had taken advantage of Fritz's health issues to get rid of him and take full control of American Pickers. Testimonies from former crew members revealed that Wolf had become increasingly controlling, often criticizing Fritz and isolating him from others. Danielle Colby, a key member of the production team, recalled asking Wolf about making amends with Fritz, but he became defensive and angry. Wolf's response to these questions and his odd behavior in the aftermath of Fritz's death raised further suspicions. As the trial continued, it was revealed that Wolf had secretly restructured his business to gain control over Fritz's intellectual property. He had even purchased a life insurance policy for Fritz with a $5 million payout, which would go to Wolf's company if Fritz died. The evidence pointed to a clear financial motive behind the murder. In a tense and emotional moment during the trial, Wolf suddenly erupted in anger, shouting at the prosecutor and revealing his deep resentment toward Fritz. This outburst was seen as a crucial moment by the jury, which led to a guilty verdict. When Wolf was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, chaos broke out in the courtroom. Wolf, furious, charged at Fritz's family and even attacked a bailiff before being restrained. As he was led away in handcuffs, Wolf continued to scream about how Fritz had betrayed him, claiming that Fritz had planned to ruin him by starting his own show. The courtroom, once filled with people who had supported American Pickers, now felt like a battlefield. Former colleagues of Wolf spoke out about his volatile personality and paranoia, explaining that he had become obsessed with the idea of Fritz trying to steal his spotlight. The case has left many questioning the dark side of the entertainment industry and how far someone might go to protect their legacy and control. Mike Wolf's story is now one of tragedy, betrayal, and the dangerous consequences of greed and jealousy. Wolf's behavior became the talk of the reality TV world, especially after a shocking event involving his former partner, Fritz. Wolf, once known for his charming personality on the History Channel's American Pickers, was revealed to have been hiding a dark side. His public persona sharply contrasted with his private actions, which seemed to be linked to a possible case of narcissistic personality disorder. Experts suggested that his years of fame could have worsened his condition, leading him to manipulate the public and create a false image of himself. The news sent shockwaves through the American Pickers community. The show, which had millions of viewers around the world, was rocked by the revelation. The History Channel quickly pulled all episodes featuring Wolf and expressed their sympathy for Fritz's family. Several major sponsors also distanced themselves from the show, leaving its future uncertain. Fritz's family filed a lawsuit to gain control of his valuable antiques collection and intellectual property, aiming to preserve his legacy while also pursuing legal action against the network for allowing Wolf's erratic behavior. Mental health experts analyzed the situation, and Dr. Robert Keller, a forensic psychologist, explained that people with narcissistic traits can appear charming and composed in public, while secretly harboring intense resentment. He noted that Wolf's actions after Fritz's death were particularly concerning. Wolf used social media to publicly mourn Fritz, even though he had secretly planned the man's death. At the same time, he used the moment to announce his own future plans, manipulating public perception for his own benefit. As investigators dug deeper, they found that over $1 million had been donated following Fritz's death, most of which ended up in accounts controlled by Wolf. When Wolf was sentenced, prosecutor Sarah Donovan stressed that his crime was not just a murder, but a calculated deception against millions of loyal viewers who had trusted him. The betrayal cut deep for fans, who felt they had been misled by Wolf's down-to-earth charm. Fritz's death and Wolf's subsequent actions also caused a rift among the American Pickers crew. Some believed in Wolf's innocence, while others sided with the prosecution. Danielle Colby, a prominent member of the show, took a break from television, saying she needed time to heal. She hoped that, despite everything, the legacy of antique preservation would continue. Other crew members, who had witnessed the tragic events firsthand, stayed out of the public eye, struggling with their own grief. In court, the judge made a chilling remark before Wolf erupted in rage. "You present yourself as a champion of history and American preservation while harboring thoughts of vengeance and murder," the judge said. "Today, justice is served for Fritz and the millions of viewers who trusted you." That moment marked the end of Wolf's public life, as he was led away to serve a life sentence in prison. Meanwhile, another